think this is always, the grass is always greener, as I mentioned. I feel like I spent a lot of time in school. My alma mater was Cisco, and that was led by some of the best sales leaders
Yeah.
in the tech industry, and they did amazing jobs leading engineering, and they actually led from a sales seat.
Mm.
I do think that for me, especially for folks who come up from the commercial side,
Yeah.
I think as the company grows, they're the more natural leaders anyways, because I think a company, when it's fundamentally has to be sort of VC funded in general, the engineering headcount represents 60 to 70% of the company. To make most tech, at least in my particular neck of the woods, most enterprise infrastructure tech companies reach their maximum growth at about 50-50 headcount. 50, well, called 40%, on the engineering product side, 40% on the go-to-market side, and 20% other. But then nearly all of them reach peak profitability when over 75% of the headcount was on the go-to-market side.
Mm.
So different CEOs for different times. But I do feel very strongly that especially the people who have come through the product side and have never spent any time in go-to-market themselves, fail to spend much of their real deep thinking time thinking about how could they make the go-to-market side a strategic advantage. And the same on the other side. The founders that I've worked with, some of the really great founders that I've worked with that came from the sales side,
Yeah.
they just didn't spend that much time thinking about, okay, how can our product be a great strategic advantage? If we just built X, or if we just built Y, we could really clean out the competition. A little bit of thought, but not deep thought. So I do think on both sides, in fact, the blind spot is just not spending the deep thinking time and spending a lot of conversations to say, how could we make, I have no background on the product side. What could we build in the next 6 months that is sustainable economic moat? Or on the product side, how can we think about go-to-market over the next 6 months that gives us sustainable differentiation in the marketplace? And they just don't spend the time.
Yeah.
They just don't carve the time out in the calendar to think deeply about it.